explained to you in the last session. Okay, now, right. And the next one we said here, the types of normal forms. Okay, can you see the eyes here? There are total 6 techniques we have it here. The first normal, second normal, third normal, and the Boyce code normal form, fourth normal form, and fifth normal. So these are the total 6 techniques we have it here. Okay, right. But in these 6 techniques, the first 4 techniques are very important for us. Okay, and first normal, second, third, and BCNF. These are the mandatory techniques guys here. And fourth normal form and fifth normal form. These 2 techniques are called as optional techniques we call. Okay, so fourth and fifth, these are optional we call, but here first 4 techniques are very important for us. Okay, now, so let me see guys here every technique how it will be implemented. That means how it was going to be used at the time of table designing levels. Okay, how these techniques are used by people. Okay, let me see the first normalization technique. So first normal technique, what it was telling guys here after. So when your table to be in the first normal form, when a table to be in the first normal form, then the table should be satisfied. The 4 rules should be satisfied, guys. So how many rules we need to satisfy here? 4 rules we need to satisfy. Okay, when your table to be in the first normal form, it should follow the following 4 rules. Okay, one is we call the first rule. What it was telling guys here, each column should contain atomic value. So here atomic is nothing but single value. Okay, now, so each column should contain only single value only we should have. But if your column is having multiple values or group of elements, if a column is having, then that was not allowed by first normal form. Then that was not allowed by first normal form. Okay, now let me see. In this, if you want to identify carefully, okay, in this, if you want to identify carefully, column 1 is there, and this is column 2. Okay, now, so this column 1, can you see each and every row is single value? So single value, okay, single value, and here also single value, and here also single value. So the column 1 is having okay single values are there. So this is, it will be accepted. This is correct. But when come to column number 2, here this row is having multiple values. This row is having multiple values. So, and the next one is having multiple values. Okay, and remaining these are having a single values again. Okay, so that means okay, first normal form in first condition, what it was telling guys here, each column should contain atomic value. Okay, that means only single values are accepted, and this is correct. Okay, but when your column is having multiple values, this will not be accepted by normalization. Okay, this will be not accepted. Okay, so that means what you understand. Okay, that means what you understand. Your column in your table, a column should contain only single values only. We should there. Okay, we should there only single values. But if you have a multiple values, then that was not comes under normalized table. That not comes under normalized table. Okay, now so that is the reason. That is the reason. Can you see in our database any table you can observe? For example, you can see. Come to your database. Any table you can observe. Okay, can you see in our table any table you can see? For example, I just called here select star from EMP table. Now you can see. So each and every column, can you identify now? Okay, so each and every column, employee number column, employee name column. Okay, one thing. Now you can see. So every column, you can see EMP number column, every column in this table, number, name column, job column, MGR, hire date columns, salary, commission, and department number. So every column you can see only one value was there. Yes or no, guys? Yes or no? Every column is having a single values now. Come on, check out here. Every column is having single value. One by one, single values are there. Yes or no? Okay, right. So now each and every column you can check out here. Individual and single values only it was having. Okay. Now here name column also you can see only single names. Smith, Allen, Ward, Jones, Martin, like single names are there here. Okay. And job column also having single values. Okay. MGR column, hire date column. Okay. Salary column, commission column, department number column. So every column is having single value. Is there any column is there having multiple values? Come on, guys. Is there any column is there in this table having here multiple values in a single row? In a single column, single row, you have a multiple values. In a single column, single row, you have a multiple values. No. So we don't have it that. Okay. So that is what the normalization form is going to be telling us. So the same thing is telling. So normalization, what it was telling us here, each column should contain atomic value. Here atomic is nothing but single value. So that means column 1, A, B, C, D. So every value is a single value in column 1. But column 2, X, Y, here multiple values. Okay. In a single column of a cell, in a single column of a row, so multiple values are there. Here also multiple values are there. But this kind of data will not be accepted your table in the first normal form. If your table is accepted, the table is not the table is not comes under normalization table. Okay, now so we should not go to store multiple values in a single column of a single row data. So that is not allowed here. Okay, right. So this is first condition. And the second condition, what it was going to do, a column should contain values that are same data type. Okay, a column should contain values that are same data type. Okay, for example, name column is there. So your name column is which data type, guys? Your varchar. So varchar means it was accepting the Sai and Jones. These are correct. But guys, here observe here, what is this 18 December 85? This is a varchar data type or it is a date format? Come on, guys. This is varchar or date? It's a data. But the date format of data are you trying to store under varchar? So actually, this is not allowed. Actually, this is not supported. So because of reason, what it was saying the second rule, a column should contain values that are same data type. So if it is name is a varchar means only varchar data only I have to accept here and I want to store here. Okay. In the same to same data birth column is there. In data birth column, this is data type is data. So first one is right, second one is right, but here I'm storing Miller. So is it possible to insert Miller in date column? No. So it is not possible. But if you try to like this, if you try to that, okay, then it will be not accepted. So that means a column should contain the values that are same data type. Okay, so but if you have like this in name column, so date format of data, in date column varchar format of data, so this kind of data is not allowed. Okay, so now we can see in the same to same in my table. Can you come out here? So suppose emp number, it's a number data, that means all are numbers. Okay, if ename is called as a string data type, means all are strings. Your job is a string, means here all are strings. Manager again number, means here all are numbers. Higher date is a date, means here all are dates. So that means if you see each and every column, if you want to see each and every column as per the data type, those values are stored. So that means here the whatever the data type is there for the column, the same as per data type column, as per data type of column, that particular and that same data will be stored. Okay, so in my table is also, you can see it was there clear cut. Okay, right? So this is second. So second condition, what it was telling us here. So a column should contain values that are same data type, but intermix of data type is not allowed. So that means this is wrong. Okay, so we can't go for to insert data like this. This is not allowed. This is wrong, and here it is wrong. And these are yes, these are will correct matching of your condition. Okay, now. So this is second condition is going to be telling us. Next, come to third condition. So third condition is what now? Third condition is what now? Okay, all columns in a table should have a unique names. All columns in a table should have a unique names. And now we can see guys here your name column, and you're also having name column and your date of birth column. Okay, so name, date of birth. Okay, so now here two columns we have it here, date of birth. But can you see guys here name column and name column, can I say these two column names are same now? Can I say these two column names are same now? Yes or no? Okay, yes. So this is what we called as guys here. So, but what it was telling the third rule, your table should have a columns, but every column name should be different. But if you try to give your duplicate columns, then that was not allowed to your table, and the table is not allowed into normalization table. Okay, so that's why can you see in my table, each and every column is having a unique name. Can you see? Each and every column is having a unique name. So is there any duplicate column name in my table? No. So that means in this table, all are different column names and there is no duplicate column. Okay, now? Right. So this is what the third rule is telling us. And the next one is called as the fourth rule. Okay, what is the fourth rule here? The order in which data is stored, that is not a matter. The order in which data is stored, that is not a matter. For example, here you can see For example, okay, roll number, here I'm passing roll number 1, 2, 4, 3. So there is no order, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. But here 1, 2, 4, 3, there is no order. But the data storing in a particular order is none of the matter. Okay, it's not like that, sir, I should store like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 only I want to store. So in that format only I want to accept. So that is not a matter, that is not a rule. So your data can be stored in any format, any order. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 4, 1, 3, 2. Okay, so 2, 3, 1, 4. Okay, so any order. But it is not like that. I should have a order 1, 2, 3, 4. So that was not the need here. So your data can be stored, but the data order may be any order you can store it. So you should store in an order. That kind of restriction, that kind of condition is not there. Okay, so that's your wish. So your wish, you can store your data in any order. So now see, I'm storing data in any order. Yes or no? So I'm not following here. See 800, 1600, 1250, 2975, 1250, any order. Okay, 300s and department numbers. Yes or no? So hiring dates. Okay, so MGR numbers. Okay, employee numbers. Okay, alphabets. Here also there is no order. So any order you can go to store your data. But it is not like that. I should store my data into 1, 2, 3, 4 sequence or A, B, C, D sequence. Okay, this kind of conditions are not there. Okay, your data can be stored into any order. You can store it. That will be accepted by normalization table. Okay, so that means finally, whatever the 4 conditions are there, guys, here, once recall these 4 conditions one by one. So what it was telling in the first normal form. So for a table to be in the first normal form, it should follow the following 4 rules. First rule is each column should contain atomic value. Okay, that means every value should be single in a column. And next step, a column should contain values of same data type. Different data type values are we are not allowed. And third one, all columns in the table should be unique names. There is no duplicate names in the column. And the order in which data is stored doesn't matter. Okay. So now tell me, guys, here these are the 4 rules. Your table is satisfied now. Tell me, your EMP table satisfied all 4 rules. All 4 rules are satisfied by this table. Yes, all are satisfied. So whatever the 4 rules are there, that all 4 rules are satisfied by your EMP table. So that means EMP table is one of the organized, that means a normalization table. So this is called a normalization table. So how to preparing by people. Understand? So like this, every table you can see. For example, if I call it DEP table. So this is also satisfied my 4 rules. Okay. So each column is having single value. Okay, and there is no duplicate column names. And so as per data type, it will be storing the same data, and order of the data is none of the matter. Okay, so that means every table, whatever we are going to create in our Oracle. So if you see the whatever we created, either our sample tables or whatever it is, these are all are called as a normalized tables record. These all are called as a normalization tables record. So that means your EMP table, DEPT table, course table, whatever we created. So these are all are satisfied first normal form technique. So that means these tables are called as a normalized tables. Okay, these tables are called as a normalized tables. Okay, now this is the best examples of first normalization form. Okay, examples EMP, DEPT, any table, whatever we are designing in our Oracle, every table is comes under normalization table. Okay, right. This is our first rule of or first normalization technique. Okay, and the next one is come out and see second normalization form. What is second normalization form and what this technique will tell us me here after. Suppose your table should be satisfied or your table should be in second normal form. It must satisfy two conditions here. It must satisfy two conditions here. Okay. So when your table satisfies these two conditions, then it is called as the second normalization table we call. Okay. Otherwise, your table is comes under second normal form. So what is the two conditions here? First condition here, your table should be in the first normal form. Okay, your table should be in the first normal form. So that already we know what is first normal form. And the second one, what it was telling, your table should not be partially dependency. Okay, suppose in your table, do you have any partially dependency columns are there? Then the type of table is not comes under second normalization form. Okay, the table is not satisfied your second normalization form. So that means what it was telling us, suppose in your table, do you have a partially dependency columns are there? Then those columns are you just remove from your table and keep into in another table. So those kind of columns are removed and keep into another table. Okay, now, but don't keep partially dependency columns in your table. If you keep your partially dependency column in a table, then the table is not comes under second normalization form. Okay, na? So that is your second normalization form is going to be telling us. For example, here observe. So before you want to know about the partially dependency, okay. So first of all, we want to know about what is dependency. What is dependency? Carefully observe, guys. Here. So definitions are carefully observed. Then if you understand definition, logic will be understood. Okay. So in a table, if non-key columns in a table, if non-key columns means non-primary key column. That remember, okay, na? Non-key column is nothing but non-primary key column. So non-primary key columns are depends on key column. Key column means what now? Primary key column. So normalization is one of the important thing is you should know that the good idea on primary key foreign key relations. Okay, now already in constants concept, that constants already we discussed what is primary key, what is foreign key, primary key foreign key relations, how to establish here, what kind of rules are there, yes or no, and what is composite primary key. So these are all kind of information in your constraints mechanism in topic we already discussed. So just to recall the topic and observe, then you can easily understand. If constant concept, if you have not understanding, then normalization also a lot of confusion, guys. Okay, right. So now let me see. So what is dependency? First we will discuss. In a table, if non-key columns are depends on key column, then it is called as a fully dependency or functionally dependency. It is called a fully dependency or functionally dependency we call. Okay, right. For example, as per definition, I'm taking one small example here. What is example? A, B, C, D. So these are the four columns. In these four columns, A is a primary key. A is a key column. Key column means it's a primary key column. And B, C, D, these are non-primary key columns. Okay, B, C, D are non-primary key columns. Then what it was happen? This B, C, D, these non-primary key columns are depending on primary key column. Then it is called a fully dependency we call. Then it is called a fully dependency we call. For example, let you see. For example, student table, we have it, guys. In student table, student ID, student name, student branch name, student address. Okay. Now, student ID is a primary key column. Student ID is a primary key column. Student name, student branch, and address, these are non-primary key columns. Okay. So now my question is, carefully observe my question. What is my question, guys? Here, student ID is a primary key column. Okay, fine. Student ID is a primary key column. Okay, fine. And these columns are non-primary key columns. These are non-primary key columns. Okay, now non-primary key columns. Okay, now tell me guys here, based on student ID number, can I get all details of student? Is it possible? With the help of student ID, only student ID, with the help of student ID, that student entire details can I fetch from my table? For example, student ID 101. Okay, with the help of 101, that student 101 student complete details can I fetch? Can I know? Can I find out? Come on. Yes, I can. Okay, so that means when I know a student ID number, with the help of student ID number, the entire details of a student, I can fetch it. I can retrieval here. So it means what you understand guys here, your student entire the details are depending on that student ID number. Yes or no? Can I say like this? All details of a student is depending on their ID number. Yes or no? Okay, yes, it will be. In the same pattern, for example, employees are there. Suppose you are working in a company, for example, you are working in a company, you have some employee ID number, right? Suppose I want to know about your details. I want to know about your details. Then I know only your ID number. Okay, I know only your ID number, right? So I don't know your name. I don't know you are working in which department. I don't know what is your salary, what is your date of join, what is your designation, what is what, I don't know. Okay, but I know only your employee ID number. So now, based on that ID number, a employee complete details can I go to retrieval based on ID number? Can I get your all details? Yes, I know it. So that means your name, your designation, your salary, your date of join, your address, your mobile number. So these all details are okay, is going to be depends on your ID number. That's why in a companies, if you go to any company, okay, or else any particular job, every employee is having an ID number. Because of reason that ID number is called a primary key. So based on that ID number, that person or that employee complete details we can go to retrieval from your database. Okay, now in the same to same, if you go to banking sector, if you go to banking sector, you have an account number. So account number is called a primary key. Suppose a banking sector person, your account number will be entered into system, then tell me your complete details are come to us now? Yes or no? The complete details come to us or not? Okay, na? Yes. So let's say that means what what finally understand here, which is your primary key column. That means the primary key column basis, we can fetch complete details of a student or complete details of an employee, complete details of a customer like this. So that means in this name, branch, address, these are the non-primary key columns. But these all columns data I can fetch with the help of a student ID column. That means your name column, branch column, address column, these all columns are depends on which column? Student ID column. So that means now tell me guys here, in this table, do you have a fully dependency columns? In this table, all columns are depending on student means, student ID means, then this is completely fully dependency. Yes, it is a fully dependency. It is a fully dependency. But second normalization technique, what it was telling, your table is having fully dependency columns, then there is nothing problem. That means this table satisfied my second normalization technique. This table satisfied my second normalization technique, and I don't want to change anything in this table. I don't want to change anything in this table because this table is satisfied. So when your table is satisfied here, second normalization technique, so there is no need to do any modifications in this table. I have to keep as it is table and go to develop. Okay. So this is one, the fully dependency we call. So now, for example, what is a partially dependency now? Observe carefully. So fully dependency, which discuss here. Now we can check partial dependency. Partial dependency means what now? First definition, observe. In a table, if non-key column, that means non-key column means non-primary key column, depends on the part of key column. See, the part of the key column. So part of a key column, then it is called a partially dependency we call. Okay. One small example you can see. A, B, C, D, these are the columns. So in these four columns, A and B, these are the primary key columns. A, that means I applied primary key on A and B. So whenever you applied primary key constant on multiple combinations of columns, the type of primary key is called as what now? Composite primary key. So this is also we discussed in our constants. So that means here A is a primary key, B is also primary key. So both are primary key columns. And here C comma D, these are non-primary key columns. Okay, so the same point I'm writing. A and B is a key columns, and the C, D are non-key columns. Then D depends on B, but not A. Okay, so D is a non-primary column. It's a depend on B, but not A. Suppose D is depending on B, but not A. Otherwise, D is a depending on A, but not B. Okay, C is a depending on B, but not A. C is a depending on A, but not B. So that means a non-primary key columns are depending on any one of the column of primary key columns. Okay, non-primary key columns are depending on any one of the column of primary key. Then it is called a partially dependency. Partially means half of the dependency. Okay, for simple way, for your way of explanation, what we can say guys here. Okay, simply, I want to give simple example. Suppose children are there. Suppose in some family, children's and parents are there. Okay, in some family, children, okay, what it was happened, children are depending on only father, but not mother. Okay, suppose in a family, children are there, but the children are completely depending on father, but not mother. Then tell me, it is a fully dependency or partially dependency? Yes, partially dependency we call. Because father, mother is there, but children are depending on father, but not mother. Then it is called a partially dependency. Okay, now. Suppose in some family, children are depending on mother, but not father. Then again, it is also called as a partially dependency. Okay, now. Suppose in some family, the children are depending on both parent, that means a mother and father. So when children are depending on both, then can I say it is a partially or it is a fully? Yes, fully dependency. So here the same concept. Fully dependency means what now? Children are depending on both mother and father. That is called fully dependency. But when children are depending any one of them, either father and mother, then it is called a partially dependency. So here same thing here, guys. So here A and B, these are parents. Okay, A, suppose for example, father, B is a mother. So father and mother. So that means these are the primary keys. Okay, na? So children's C and D, children's. These are non-primary keys. So now these children's, depending on A, not only B, then it is called a partially. Suppose these children's depending on B, not only A, then it is called a partially. Suppose these children's is depending on both, then it is called a fully dependency. So now understand all of you the partially dependency, fully dependency definitions. Understand now? Okay. Yes. So now yeah. Now we can see partial dependency. We check it out. Now one example below come out. One example below come out. Carefully observe guys here and tell me. So this is one example, one table we have it. My table name is called as a score table, right? So in score table, there are two columns are there. Student ID, subject ID. Column is called as a composite primary key columns. That means both are primary key columns. Okay, na? Right. Marks column and teacher column. So these two columns are called as a non-primary key columns. Okay, na? Now we can observe. Suppose first of all, I want to check marks column is there. Now tell me guys here, this marks column is depending on only student ID or only subject ID or depending on both. Tell me marks column is depends on student ID or subject ID or both. Think and tell me. Yes, it was depending on both. Okay, it was depending on both because marks, if I want to get a marks, student ID, student and subject, both combination we have a marks. Okay, so that means marks column is depending on both columns. That means marks column, can I say it is a fully dependency column or partially dependency column? Yes, fully dependency column. So fully dependency column, okay, this is my fully dependency column. So I don't want to do, okay, any modification on this column. So I just keep it this column because my second normalization form, what it was telling, your table should not contain partially dependency columns. Okay, your table should not contain partially dependency columns. Okay, now, so that's why the marks column is called a fully dependency column. So that's why there is no changes in marks column. But come to teacher column is there. Now teacher column come out and say, tell me guys, sir, it's a depending on student or it depending on subject or it's depending on both. Carefully tell me. Teacher column. Yes, carefully think of. It is depending on only subject. Okay, teacher is always depending on subject, but not a student. But not a student. Why? Because why, sir? Why, sir? Because let you see. Suppose, okay, I'm the teacher, for example. So I am a teacher. I'm teaching to you. You are a students, but you people will stay with me. Okay, you're staying with me up to this course is complete. Suppose that 10 to 15 days your course is completed. Okay, after 10 or 15 days your course is completed. Then what happened, guys? You people are leave from me. You are going to be left from me. Then what happened here? You people will be left. But again, what happened in place you, that means in place of you, some one more batch will come to you. That means one more new batch will be come to you. So again, new students are interacting with me. Okay, now. So that means here the point is I'm teaching Oracle. I'm teaching Oracle. That is my permanent. So Oracle subject is my permanent subject as a teacher. But students are temporary to me. Students are coming and going, coming and going, coming and going. So it means what now? I am depending on my subject. Okay, but not a student, because student is not a permanent to me. Subject is always permanent to me. So students are what now? Is a temporary. Some students are completed. Once their course is completed, they will be leave, and some new students are coming, and again learning, they leave. Again, new students are coming, leave. So this is a continuous process. But subject is always stick with me. Okay, now. So that is what that means. I am depending on my subject. I'm not depending on students because students are temporary to me, but subject is my permanent to me. So that's why here the point is what now? Teacher is always depends on subject. Teacher is always depends on subject, but students are not dependent. He's not depending on student, is depending on subject only. So that means here tell me, teacher column is a partially dependency column or fully dependency column? Come on. Yes, it is called a partially dependency. So it is called a partial. So teacher is a column. It was depending on subject ID, but not student. So that means it is a partially dependency column. Now tell me, as per your second normalization form, as per your second normalization form, your table should not contain partial dependency columns. Your table should not contain partial dependency columns. Then what I want to do, from keep in, I want to from this table. So that I want to decompose. Okay, na? Score table. I want to do what?